Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the October 6th Planning Board meeting. And with that, I would like to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tony, are you ready for the reading?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Great. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tony No, Clerk of the Planning Board. Tonight's meeting is a hybrid meeting. You may participate in person or remotely via computer by going to zoom.us, entering access code 825-1415-1142, or by calling in at 301-715-8592. If calling in, you can use *6 to mute or unmute your phone line and *9 to raise and lower your hand. We ask all speakers to please identify yourselves at the podium or online each time you speak by stating your name, address, and town of residence for the record. We ask participants in person to use the microphone. Please address all comments and questions through the chair. This is a public meeting and is being broadcast on local access and is being recorded by Millbury Public Access Cable Television, available live on public access channels Charter 191 and Verizon 26.
Thank you, Tony. We're going to start with a public hearing, zoning bylaw amendment, accessory dwelling units.
Who's got to read the public hearing notice?
Tony, do you have the public hearing notice on that?
I don't think I do, actually.
If not, we can have it done here.
Tony, I have it up here. If it's easier, I can just read it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Sure. In accordance with the provisions of Chapter 48, Section 5 of the Massachusetts General Laws, the Millbury Planning Board will hold a public hearing at 7 p.m. on Monday, October 6th at Millbury Town Hall, 127 Elm Street, Millbury, MA, on a proposed amendment to the Millbury zoning bylaws. The proposed amendment seeks to revise sections of the bylaws related to accessory dwelling units. The text of the proposed zoning amendment is available for review in the Planning Department via appointment during normal business hours and online at the Planning Board's webpage, millburyma.gov/planningboard. Anyone wishing to be heard on this matter should appear at the time and place specified above. Bruce DeVault, Chairman.
Thank you, Connor. Okay, so the proposed zoning bylaw amendment warrant article for the fall special town meeting, November 4th, 2025, Section 53, Inclusionary zoning, is one of the two bylaws that we have worked on for quite a few months. And our job here tonight is to vote it in to get it to special town warrant to make it a zoning bylaw.
And through the chair, if you'd like, I can kind of briefly review the proposed amendment.
Yes, that would be great, Connor. Thank you.
And just to, as the chairman started describing, just to remind the board and anyone here or online, the zoning bylaw amendment process, the zoning bylaw amendment is initiated by either the planning board, the zoning board of appeals, the board of selectmen, or a citizen's petition. Once it is submitted, there's a planning board public hearing, which is what we're doing tonight, where the planning board makes a recommendation, and then it goes to town meeting for a vote. So that would apply to both this first public hearing on the accessory dwelling units and the second public hearing on inclusionary zoning.
Through the chair, I'm confused. Which will we working on, accessory dwelling or inclusionary zoning?
Accessory dwelling first.
Oh, okay, because he said both.
Yeah, sorry, I was just
Oh,
describing
okay,
the process.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, so as the Chair noted, the board had worked with CMRPC to develop a proposed ADU bylaw. This stemmed from a change in state law that went into effect in February of this year that allows ADUs by right in any zoning district where single-family homes are allowed. There are limits to that. According to the state law, the ADU can't be more than 900 square feet. It can be attached or detached, but it must meet dimensional requirements and it must have at least one parking space. The proposed amendment would require a simple majority vote of town meeting. And again, the board's action tonight is to make a recommendation on the proposed amendment.
Again, I'm confused. You're talking about ADUs. You told me it's exclusionary zoning we're looking at. What do we,
No, no, no.
Separate
I know that.
We're doing ADUs
use
first.
first.
That's not what was said. I'm sorry.
That was my bad. Fran.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at the inclusionary zoning.
Yeah,
and that's why I asked it before.
I read the wrong one, so,
Oh, that's why I was asking.
yeah. So it's accessory dwelling units.
Okay, thank you.
So the CMRPC gave us a lot of help with this, and we worked on it for a long period of time with the public, the people that were here. They gave their opinions, and we worked with them and made a lot of changes and created this bylaw. And I'm going to open the floor to somebody who may want to comment on the ADUs. Go ahead, Terry.
God, here we go. Terry Burke Dotson, 20 Sailor Terrace, Millbury. Would you please read the bylaw as it's going to be presented? Let me make sure for the accessory dwelling unit. Can you read it as it's going to be presented at the town meeting? Can we read it, please?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
To see if the town will vote to amend the Millbury bylaw by amending Article 1, Section 14, and Article 2, Section 22, and 23, and 24, by deleting Section 46.2 in its entirety and replacing it with the following text, and by amending Article 5 with the following text, or take any action thereon. That's what will be stated at the meeting.
So, and I guess.
Am I correct on that, Connor?
Yeah, correct. That's the article for town meeting. The changes to the zoning bylaw are like 6 pages long, so I don't know if that would be time effective to read through all of that.
That was my concern.
Well, I don't want to have to do that, so I was thinking maybe we could do the rationale.
Sure.
Did that.
That pretty much sums it up, right?
thought
Is that what you
Connor- that's
just
what
did,
Connor
Connor?
No, I kind of gave a summary, but we did put together a rationale statement that will be on the town meeting warrant.
Yeah.
I can read that here if you'd like. It says, these amendments are necessary for the town zoning bylaw to adhere to recent changes in state law that define accessory dwelling units as a protected use under Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 3, if certain conditions are met. In general, ADUs that are 900 square feet or less are allowed by right in any zoning district where single-family homes are also allowed by right and by special permit, as long as they also meet the dimensional requirements of that zoning district. The current ADU bylaw is no longer enforceable under state law.
So, what that means is we're creating something to coincide with the state law. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. It's because when this came into play, we lost our control over ADUs. And this article is to make that correction and make sure that we still have control over our ADUs. And when this article is presented, I do believe, do they do mail-outs with all this kind of stuff?
Yes, I believe the town warrant is getting mailed to residents this week or next.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but.
So you'd be able to read it and try to understand it once you receive it at your mailbox. Does that help you, Terry?
Terry Burke, Dotson, 20 Sailor Terrace, Millbury, Mass. Okay. I can understand that accessory dwellings are going to be built by right. In other words, you can't block, nobody can block it, in truth. I understand that. But the thing that I don't understand, that is giving me a problem, is that the state does not mandate that the planning board gives up its right to oversee ADUs. They didn't say that, and I have been in contact with them. They recommended that you could have the town, building inspector, okay, ADUs. They recommended that, but what we've been doing here since this came into effect, I guess it was in February, is Millbury automatically said, no, we're not, it's no longer the planning board's job, it's now the building inspector's job. So every single thing that he has approved for an ADU since that time has been illegal, because you cannot change the law in Millbury until it goes before the town meeting. And that's what this thing is all about. And the one thing that, I'm not opposing ADUs, but I am opposing the fact that all of the permission is going to be turned over to the building inspector. And in my opinion, and a very strong opinion that I have, as you know, okay, is that this has been your job. It remains your job. And I think it's wise for you to continue to accept this job, because as we know before, and I wasn't here at the last meeting, but Connor pointed out that there's a lot of property in Millbury that has water issues. Now, whoever the building inspector might be at the time, and that could be anybody, we in Millbury count on you, the elected people living in Millbury, to really know the land and the people around and to know the properties. And I also feel that it is most fair to the abutters to have a chance to come in and see what's going to be put in beside them, and not have some construction company move in next door and put a great big ADU right next to their bathroom so that they can see inside. I mean, it's called respect, and it's up to the citizens in Millbury to guide. They can't stop it, but they can probably help you in putting the ADU on the other side of the building or in the back or wherever. I think that public input is totally denied when you have just a building inspector approving things who may not even be from Millbury. I don't know. But everything that you've done so far by automatically saying up to this point that the building inspector takes your job away, that should have never happened, because your job cannot be taken away unless it's approved at the town meeting. So that's the one thing with this that I strongly disapprove of. And I think that it should go before the town to vote on.
Okay. I'm gonna refer to you first, Rich. Do you have any comment as to what Terry's talking about? I thought we made some inclusionary rules in here that the building inspector is going to be responsible for the inspections like he is on everything that we do. And he's going to make sure that we're taken care of in the right manner, and if there's any variances that need to be done, it would end up in our lap anyway. It would end up here at the planning board. Is that correct? I think that's part of what we did.
Variances would be Board of Appeals.
Not variances, what's the word I'm looking for? I can never find the word. When somebody wants to do something and it's not quite.
Special permit.
Yeah, it would automatically become a special permit, but
Well, I kind of agree with what Terry's saying.
I understand her
I-
point, yes.
Right. I don't like seating.
But I thought we put something in here in
So
reference to,
when the board was developing this bylaw, there was a discussion about having a limited site plan review. Just based on the law itself, the board, if you had chosen to include a limited site plan review, would be, you really would only be able to make sure that it's meeting the dimensional and setback requirements similar to a single-family home. That the board did not decide to put that into the proposed text. But I think that's maybe what Ms. Dotson is referring to.
But that would
The
be,
building inspector would
that would
take
be,
it out.
yeah, the building inspector would
Correct, yeah.
sure that was okay.
Similar to a single-family home, which is basically how this law, the ADU law will be viewed, gets reviewed by the building inspector. He will make sure that it meets dimensional and setback requirements, similar to that of a single-family home, and if it does, then he would issue a building permit.
so I don't think, the way you put it is that we are handing over control. We are not handing over control. We're counting on our building inspector to do the right thing. And we would back him up if he found that there was a violation of any kind, of course. And it would end up here at the planning board anyway,
It
or
should,
at the Board of Appeals, or something like that. The building inspector would not have total control over the town. That's what you're making it sound like.
but he does.
But he won't.
But he, you know what?
But he knows
People
his
have come-
job, too.
And I know people have come and already strongly disagreed to what the building inspector has done. And there was no help for them at all. Had they come before your board, okay, and said, look, if he puts it on this side, I'm going to get water. We know that everything is wet. You gave us a map showing us that everything is wet, and that probably, in many cases, the Conservation Commission is going to have to be involved in this also. But I mean, this is your responsibility to take care of the people in Millbury and the abutters in Millbury, you know? Let them have a say. The abutters have no say, no input at all. And with you in charge, doing your job like you're supposed to do, they do have it.
Excuse me
Yes,
for
go
1
ahead,
sec.
please.
Richie?
We don't have, everything we did with what we had control over. Anything else is a joke. You want to take it up, go visit our governor. She stripped us of all of that capabilities. She's the one. Go get her. It's not us.
Not us.
We're trying to make it work without being ridiculous, because there's no sense of telling the people, move it to the other side of the lot, when we have absolutely this much jurisdiction.
You can't deny them, but you can work. This is a more,
can't-
you cannot deny an ADU. You cannot deny an ADU.
That's right.
I'm with you with that. But you have the ability to
No, we
probably.
don't.
No, we don't.
I think you're thinking we're an elevated group. We really don't. We have certain you were on the board, there were certain guidelines you had to live with.
All
We're
right.
trying to live with those guidelines. You want us to go outside of those guidelines, and we can't.
It'll get denied
By whom?
by
You'll
the
get-
Attorney General. Once the
By-
town says, okay, you guys can do this, it has to go to the Attorney General, and she has to accept it.
The only thing that I'm
She
asking
has to
you,
go over it.
the only thing that I'm asking you to change or to alter or to think about, keep it all the same, keep everything you've got in there the same, but take the building inspector off as the approval. He is the approver. He is the
No, that's a
approver. Now,
really
we all
bad
know that
idea.
the building inspector
Very
has
bad
to
idea.
inspect stuff.
Very
Yeah.
bad idea.
Why is it a bad
Why is that a
idea?
bad idea?
The building inspector knows his job. Do you know his job? Are you gonna go out and?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I know zoning, and I
Oh, I
know
don't-
bylaws, and I know codes, and
Okay.
I know everything. I've built things, so.
I don't believe that, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you don't believe it, but I'm
The
telling you, I
laws
do.
change every day.
I know that.
every day.
I got a book that's this thick
Yeah, okay.
with
So,
supplements and everything
I want my
else.
building inspector to do what's right, and he's gonna, and he's harsh, and he does a good job at what he does. And for Terry to say that we already discarded a couple of them, I don't agree with you at all on that. We didn't discard anything. We had no bylaw. There was nothing to discard.
You have,
This is what this is about.
you have the law.
Now we have a bylaw that we want to present to the town, to protect the town. Progress. You can't stop progress. All you can do is control it. So the state has thrown this progress at us, and we have to figure out how to control it. That's what we're doing.
And if you don't like it, then stop voting these people in to office. That's basically what it comes down
We
to.
don't have much choice. I mean, you were here through the whole thing. We went through this with the CMRPC on line by line. You were here for all of it, from spring until now.
And I told you at that time that the building inspector did not have the right because, according to our law, that was the board, the planning board's responsibility to first approve. Now, I understand that he knows all the dimensions and he has a measuring tape and he can do all of that stuff. That's wonderful. But you're the people who know about the water, who know the abutters,
can't do
who know the
stormwater.
property.
Can't do it.
Can't do stormwater, we get,
As of, was it February 2nd? Our zoning bylaw was kaput. It was gone.
It's not gone until you get rid of it at the town meeting. And you hadn't gotten rid of at the town meeting. You're responsible, even as of today, is to have,
Our zoning
Use
bylaw
comment.
was null and void
Null and
when they
void.
passed that law.
well, then tell me
That's
if
why
that be
we're
the
making
case.
a new one.
I appreciate the fact you're making a new one, but the big
I
change.
don't think you do.
I do. I understand that you
I'd
have
like to see if anybody else has any comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Does anybody else have any comments on this Article 46.2 accessory dwelling units?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Fran.
Okay. All she's saying, I'm gonna get on that just real quick. All she's saying is, the board has said, we'll let the building inspector do it instead of it coming before the board. I know we can't stop things, I know we can't do that. All she's saying is if we have a public hearing on an ADU, people can get involved and voice their opinion. Whereas if you don't have that, somebody wants to build an ADU, they go to the building inspector, get a building permit. Nobody knows for the wiser. That's what she's saying.
that's the
That's the
law.
state law.
That's the law.
We can have them come in
The
here.
law doesn't say you cede your authority to the building
We
inspector.
didn't.
That's up to the choice of the planning board.
We're
It
making the
doesn't
rules
say.
right here.
I know that, but it doesn't say you gotta give it to
Yeah,
the
but
building
Franny-
inspector.
the governor took that away from us.
Right.
The governor took it away from
Took
us.
what,
If you're
Rich?
going to
It's a
go
by
after
right.
somebody, go after the governor.
After the governor.
I didn't vote for it, but that's beside the point. But took what? They took
They took our
900
right
square
as a
feet.
board to manage
They didn't
these.
take the right of the board to manage it.
They took
Oh,
the
really?
special permit authority away
So
from us.
you can't put an
for
ADU in unless they come before us and we approve it.
It's no longer a special
It's no longer a
permit.
special permit.
It's a by right.
I know it's not a special.
So
We have other things here other than a special permit.
so you want to force the people to pay for
Well, they gotta pay for they gotta pay for a plan to give it to the building inspector.
That's fine.
So they pay for a
And
plan.
we are
I mean,
counting on our building inspector.
Draw their
which-
own plan.
Who he knows what he's doing. He's very good at what he's doing.
I'm not throwing stones at him.
Okay, so that's what he's here for. He's here for us.
You wanna just keep adding on to what he's gotta do.
Not
If
us.
we had-
The
if we-
governor did that.
If we
Again with
had the
governor. The
jurisdiction.
governor did not do that.
And I
Yes,
understand,
he did.
He did.
I understand your argument.
Nothing in that law says planning board should cede its authority to the building
Oh, good,
inspector. Where does
Franny.
it say it? Show me.
Franny, what are we gonna do? Say, plant some trees? They're gonna look at us and go, screw you.
Yeah, we don't
You don't have any authority. You don't have any right to tell us anything. So why drag them in here? Make them pay, I don't know, $300 to send out notices to all the neighbors? To come in and get picked on by the neighborhood, they're gonna build whatever they want anyway. It's just a case of abusive power of government to humiliate people that are building ADUs.
Well, I understand that.
I'm
I'm not happy about it
I'm not happy
either.
with the ADUs either, but
But
I can't
I don't
see
mind,
that.
the ADU I don't mind. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is the oversight of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the overall, like I got this plan here, that might be a special permit, I don't know what it is. I haven't looked at it. But we're ceding our power to the building inspector. If we have it, like it's been here always. It's always been at this board.
For what purpose? We can't do it. So somebody comes in and says, Fran, we don't like where you're putting it, put it on the other side. You're gonna say, I'm not moving it.
Paul, there was no purpose to it before. We had an 850 square feet, or 800 square feet, I'm sorry.
Right.
It still came here. It didn't go to the building inspector, it came here. Because the state says it's gonna be 900 square feet, you said, oh, well, they took everything, go ahead, take it.
That's because it was a special permit back then. They had to come here. They didn't have a
No
choice.
longer a special
It's
permit.
no longer a special permit.
You couldn't
It's a
stop
by
an
right.
ADU that was 800 square feet. You couldn't do it.
We did,
And we, no,
until
we did.
February 2nd.
Because it was 840 square
Yeah,
feet,
it
or
was over.
830 square, it was
Or it
over,
wasn't attached.
And it wasn't attached.
and it wasn't attached.
Right, we
But
had
what
certain
happened?
rules
We
which we
didn't pass it.
I want
cannot
to talk
do.
about that, what happened there?
Come
We
February
denied it.
2nd, he got a
Did what he
permit to
wanted.
put it
We
second floor
denied
on.
it,
He waited for the law to pass.
That's right.
That's all he had to
but
do.
but he built the garage to put the ADU
He
on
waited for
top.
the law to
Permit
pass.
to build a garage.
And he built it, and we weren't
And
even
then
involved in
then
it.
he amended the permit.
So-
I know exactly what he did.
All right, maybe just to pull it back to what the public hearing is on tonight, is to review the proposed text that is going in front of town meeting. So the proposed text that you all have in front of you is what is going to be in the town meeting warrant. So, you know, I think maybe, I know we had some of these discussions as the board was kind of debating what to submit, but if, you know, maybe it's more looking at what has already been submitted, and the recommendation that the board would like to make on what is going on the town meeting warrant.
Okay, all right.
Okay, one more thing, if I may?
Okay, go ahead, Fran.
Thank you. The off-street parking part of it,
Where's that one?
page 5, B, under dimensional
Yeah,
standards.
I got it.
No off-street parking is required for protected use ADUs located within 1/2 mile radius of a transit station.
Yeah, we do not have a transit station.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Thank you, so why is that even in there?
You never know what's gonna happen in the
We
future.
could get a transit station, who knows?
Well, then you amend it then, but I mean,
But we went over all this
We went
already.
over all
I
that.
know that, and it didn't get changed the way I would have liked it. I wouldn't have liked that line in there.
Well, I think that, I remember that conversation, and we added some additional language to define what is a transit station,
I see that
that
over here,
I think
yeah.
Mr. Stearns had suggested, and that's on page 4.
I know,
So I think we wanted to be very clear on what would count as a transit station, and the town does not have one.
Franny, if memory serves me right, I think the reason why is because of what the state put in their ADU thing, this new thing. They kept referencing these stations and everything else. So we had to make sure that we addressed that,
Right,
so that
we-
we
right.
wouldn't.
Well, yeah, we had,
I know, I understand that, and
we had
that's a good part.
confusion with a bus stop versus
Right.
a station.
I like we defined that.
Yes.
That's good. Great. Other than that, I mean, I don't have a problem with an ADU. I may need one someday, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
Anybody on Zoom that would like to comment on this bylaw?
All right, I'll make a motion to favorably recommend the proposed zoning bylaw amendment for accessory dwelling units to the town meeting as written.
Second?
Okay, got a motion that's been seconded. Fran?
Aye.
Richie?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
Tony?
We're
Yes.
having something on the books.
And
is better
myself
than
is,
nothing.
yes.
Right.
That's unanimous for the proposed bylaw amendment for section 46.2.
You
Accessory
could always go
dwelling.
back and visit that a year from now if we find that. the
Yes, we can
building
make
inspector
changes
cannot
on
handle
that.
it.
We may have to, but
Yes.
the whole,
We may have to,
the
you're
whole
right,
point of
Frank.
what I was saying on that is, why let the building inspector, and then we may have to go back and review that. Why don't we just not
Well, we
do
could
it?
say, we could do it now and then go back a year from now and say, we may rescind that.
Yeah.
And just leave it on. It's flip-flop. We don't know.
Yeah, but if it's not in there, we don't have to rescind it. If
I
it
get
stays
you.
here at the board, we don't have to rescind it. It's done and over with. We understand we
so-
can't do anything better.
Next is section 53, inclusionary zoning. To see if the town will vote to amend the Millbury zoning bylaw by adding a new section, 53, with the following text.
Public hearing.
Oh, Tony?
Tony, if you don't have it up,
Connor's gonna have to
I can just read
Connor?
it.
Yeah.
Help me out, Connor, thank you.
Yeah. In accordance with the provisions of Chapter 40A, Section 5 of the Massachusetts General Laws, the Millbury Planning Board will hold a public hearing at 7 PM on Monday, October 6th, 2025, at Millbury Town Hall, 127 Elm Street, Millbury, MA, on a proposed amendment to the Millbury zoning bylaws. The proposed amendment seeks to add a new section to the bylaws related to inclusionary zoning. The text of the proposed zoning amendment is available for review in the Planning Department via appointment during normal business hours and online at the Planning Board's webpage, millburyma.gov/planning board. Anyone wishing to be heard on this matter should appear at the time and place specified above. Bruce DeVault, Chairman.
Thank you, Connor. Sorry about that, folks. I'm going to start over. Section 53, inclusionary zoning. To see if the town will vote to amend the Millbury zoning bylaw by adding a new section, 53, with the following text or take any action thereon. And Connor, if you could do the rationale on this one, that would be great.
Sure. The rationale as written is this amendment would introduce inclusionary zoning for multifamily developments that result in a net increase of 5 or more dwelling units. Inclusionary zoning requires developers to set aside a percentage of the units to be deed-restricted affordable units or for developers to pay a payment in lieu fee to the Millbury Affordable Housing Trust Fund. The purpose of an inclusionary zoning bylaw is to increase the number of permanently preserved affordable housing units in Millbury and get the town closer to the state mandated goal of having 10% of total housing units be affordable. Inclusionary zoning was a recommendation in the town's recently approved housing production plan.
Okay, so folks, this is a new zoning bylaw that we never had, and we thought it was important to include it in our bylaws because we had no control over how low-income housing was going to be helped out. Now, if we pass this Section 53, we'll have much more control over that. That being said, does anybody wish to speak on this article, number 53, which is important to have? Anybody?
And I can,
Zoom?
if you'd like, I can just give a very brief summary of the bylaw.
That would be great, yeah.
So, yeah, as was mentioned, inclusionary zoning is a process where it requires a percentage of units in new multifamily developments to be affordable. This is a common strategy to increase the supply of affordable housing, and it was recommended in the town's recent housing production plan to address the town's supply of affordable housing, which currently sits at about 3.7% of the total housing stock. The state has a mandate of 10%. Similar to the previous ADU, bylaw. We had assistance from CMRPC in developing this, and it was based on best practices in other communities and a lengthy discussion with the board. Currently, there are a few ways for affordable, deed-restricted affordable units to be created in the town of Millbury. The only ways in our zoning bylaw currently are under the adaptive reuse overlay district, the open space community, and then separately through a Chapter 40B development. This would apply to developments of 5 or more units. There's kind of 2 buckets for that, units that are 5 to 14 units, and then developments that are 15 or more units. I'll start with the 15 or more. If a development of 15 or more units is constructed, they may either provide 15% of the units serving households making 80% of the area median income, or 10% of the units serving households making 60% of the area median income. These units are added to the subsidized housing inventory and therefore bring the town's percentage up. They would be required to be affordable in perpetuity. There is a provision to allow for local preference, so they would be offered to local residents to the extent feasible first. And there is a provision that the planning board may provide parking or dimensional relief on a case-by-case basis based on your review of the proposed development. This would require a 2/3 majority at town meeting vote. I'm sorry, to jump back to for units that are 5 to 14, they can either construct the affordable units on site, just like the 15 or more developments, or they can choose to pay a payment in lieu to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund at a rate of 5% of the total construction costs. So if there's any questions on the inclusionary zoning, how that will work, happy to answer it.
I got one. I thought we had got rid of the 80% and put it down at the 60%. Because
Well-
after all, we're doing it for affordable housing.
Yeah, so 80% is still considered affordable housing. It will count on the
Okay.
subsidized housing inventory, which is important. We do require, if they're going to do that, I guess you can call it less affordable dollar amount, that they provide more units. So they would have to provide 15% of the overall development would be affordable units, whereas if they came in at 60% AMI, they only have to do 10% of the overall number of units. But in both scenarios, those units will count on the subsidized housing inventory.
Still not thrilled with the 80%, because 80%, well, we threw the numbers around and we all realized that none of us would qualify for it. Pretty much. I mean,
Well, yeah, we've had the argument over affordable housing, which
yeah, no.
Has no definition.
it's merciless. We all know that, and there's not a whole lot we can do about, the values. And Terry's a very educated person on affordable housing. She's been through it. And even though, what happens is certain things in the house get downgraded to cheaper money, and a $500,000 home turns into a $400,000 home, or, right? That's just throwing numbers out.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But who can afford that? I can't afford that.
To me, it's not
And
affordable, but
Well, believe it or not, I've seen people buy a house through HUD with affordable housing and pay $500. And I just don't understand how they do it, but I don't get it. I don't have that kind of money. But, the kids today, they have better jobs, better pay, and we'll never
It's
match
got more
that.
expensive, so
Yeah, life,
some of them are gonna have to stop paying their college tuition bills.
I know, I
And when
get
they
it.
do, they're not gonna have money anymore.
I never thought I would say this, but I'm calling a 30-year-old a kid. I never thought I would say that. I call my 48-years-old a kid. What are you gonna do?
Now, I have a
too.
question. Is there a reason that we're using Worcester, Mass, HUD?
Yeah, area median income is done at an metro area wide level. So that's where the statistic comes from. They do it by metro area, so they don't nail down to
So
specific towns.
They don't do Millbury. Okay, I understand. Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, Terry.
Terry Burke Dotson, 20 Salo Terrace. Where can this inclusionary zoning go? I mean, is it going to be another 40B issue? In other words, can a contractor come in and say, I'm going to call this not 40B, I'm going to call this inclusionary zoning, and I want to put up 5 to 14 houses. Can he pick where he's going to go? Can he pick how far, what the zoning's going to be like, what the parking's going to be like? How
No,
good or
so
bad is this?
through the
We
chair.
still have
Yeah.
zones that he has to follow guidelines on.
Yeah, through the chair, this doesn't change any of the requirements for multifamily housing in the current bylaws, so they would still have to get a special permit from the board. The requirements for multifamily housing for lot size, parking, which zoning districts it's allowed, is all still applies. So this doesn't give any
Bless you.
relief or anything to multifamily developers. They still have to meet all the town's bylaw requirements.
Okay, so they can't come in and just say, I'm going to put it over there.
No.
They can't just come in and say that.
No.
No,
All right, okay.
still comes here for a vote.
Yeah, if they're gonna
It still
build, they
comes
have to
here.
come here.
Good.
It
I
comes here.
appreciate, I appreciate.
Because if you look at the 53.9 incentives, at the discretion of the planning board, further reduction of minimum parking requirements or dimensional relief may be granted on a case-by-case basis, which means it'd be a waiver, if the planning board wishes to grant it.
All right, okay, well,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, I have a hand up on Zoom. Mr. Stearns?
Steve Stearns, Thomas Hill Road. I just have a question on something that Connor said. On the ADU, he said it was a simple majority at town meeting, whereas he said the inclusionary zoning was a 2/3 majority. Why are they different? It's my understanding that most zoning changes are 2/3. Can somebody please explain that?
Sure, through the chair. There was a change in state law in 2024 that allowed zoning bylaw amendments that encourage the production of housing to have a reduced town meeting threshold from 2/3 majority vote to a simple majority vote. So the ADU bylaw would qualify as a simple majority vote. The inclusionary zoning would not.
Thank you.
Is that because the ADU was a by right?
State's at it again.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else? Anybody else out there on Zoom that would like to comment? Okay,
I'll make a motion to favorably recommend the proposed zoning bylaw amendment for inclusionary zoning to town meeting as written.
Second.
Second?
okay, the motion's been seconded. Tony?
Yes.
Fran?
Yep.
Rich?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
And I'm a yes as well. That's unanimous. Okay. Next on the floor is A&R for 26 Sycamore Street.
So through the chair, I believe that we have the owner in the audience tonight, but I can summarize the plan if you would like. It is a lot on 26 Sycamore Street that is being proposed to be divided into two lots. Both lots meet the area requirement. They are both short of the required frontage for this zoning district, which is 100 feet. They both have 94.09 feet. However, they did receive a variance from the Board of Appeals, I believe last month, and that has been recorded for the variance for the frontage. So they otherwise meet all dimensional requirements for the lot.
Through the chair.
Go ahead, Fran.
They received the variance from the zoning board of appeals on January 8th, 2025.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I didn't
Correct?
realize it was that
Okay.
many months ago.
I have a and it says in this from the zoning board of appeals that it must be filed within 6 months of this decision. Okay. It's also stamped when it was filed on 8/27/2025, which is well over the 6 months. So, Mike,
25 or 24?
25. It was registered 8/27/25. Okay?
Oh, and you mean
And
when
the
I
bo-
put it in a registry?
Right. The Board of Appeals said it had to be done in 6 months from January 8th of 2025. And that was not accomplished. I don't know why, but it's time that we start following our own rules and regulations and enforcing them. And this is an instance, and not to be a hard nose, but this is an instance where I don't know why it took 7 months to file it after it was approved, or the variance was granted. So, that's an issue to me.
He could very well have a good reason for that, I'm sure. Would you like to comment on that?
My name is Kevin Parvin. I live at 373 Bridle Path in Worcester. And there was no reason, I didn't know when it had to be filed with the registry. I thought it was already granted. So it was just a mistake on my end, perhaps.
Okay, it says it right in the decision from the ZBA.
Thank you for your honesty.
But thank you, anyway, but thank you for that explanation. It doesn't make it right.
No, I totally understand, I didn't know it had to be filed with the, in that time frame with the registry.
Well, it's quite an undertaking you're taking here, so
Through the chair.
Go ahead, Paul.
I don't see a stamp on here from a surveyor or anything like that.
I'm assuming the original one, that I know Todd, I'm assuming that he's gonna stamp the plan and sign it.
And through the chair, I do have a version that is signed. I can put that on the screen if you'd like, or
That's all.
stamped, rather.
Our copies don't have to be, but,
Well, I'm just,
good point, I saw that too.
okay.
okay, there it is.
Get to it.
You did.
That's unusual.
I know. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Well, if it's anything, I don't have a problem, so, if that's. With a signature, of course, in a stamp, but,
Yeah, Connor had one up there.
Yeah, you saw it.
Through the chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Connor, is it any problem, the fact that it didn't get done within 6 months?
I believe the state law allows for up to 1 year. So I don't, the Board of Appeals decision, as Fran pointed out, does appear to require it be done in 6 months. So I'm not sure. I don't necessarily see an issue if it still meets the state law requirement of 1 year. of acting upon a variance, but I'd have to double check if anything beyond that.
I'm pretty sure the registry wouldn't have recorded it.
So that was a recommendation by the Board of Appeals to have it done in that time frame.
Yeah, apparently I did not catch that, to be honest.
It's not a recommendation, it's in the order from the
I
ZBA,
get you, I get you.
so it's not a recommendation. But my point is, like I said, stated, we're either gonna start enforcing these things, or we're not gonna enforce them. It's up to this board to decide what you wanna do. I know what I wanna do. I want to enforce what's been done. And that's the bottom line. I mean, call me hard, call me whatever you want. That's my goal, sitting here. It's been my goal for 7 years, sitting here, to enforce the rules and regs of this town. And here's an instance.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I understand your point, Fran, but I'm inclined to say I don't want to be that guy, because we're dealing with a person who's probably not a contractor. Are you a contractor?
I am, sir.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. So,
Honesty,
so
best policy.
Okay,
and he was also honest with us that he
Yeah.
overlooked that. He didn't know that.
let me
so.
ask you a question. Did you have an attorney help you with this?
No, I didn't.
Because he would have pointed out the date. I'll tell you right now. Because I was shocked when he said, you missed the date. I'm thinking, the attorney didn't warn him that he missed the date?
Well, it's not
Yeah,
something I
it could
made up.
be, You know, all
It's
kinds
here.
of different.
It's here in black and white.
Just from past experience myself on things that I've done, I've missed things myself in owning my company and all kinds of stuff like that. And I don't want to have that guy that I missed it for split my hair over
So what did they say?
over a month.
You're sorry? What would you say, I'm
I
sorry?
apologized, yeah.
Oh.
And I said
And they said-
exactly what
they
he
said
did. I was
okay?
honest and upfront.
Oh.
Tony, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, Fran, I agree with you as well, and I also agree with Bruce as well to be discretionary on this thing. But I have a question. Let's say we did stick to what Fran is talking about, and, what's the repercussion for the applicant at this, let's say he missed the deadline, and then we are sticking to that. What is the process for the applicant, not only this situation, but let's say in the future, if this happens again and, different, similar circumstances, they missed the deadline, what do they have to do? Start over, or what's that process look like for the applicant?
Through the chair, I believe the process would be that that the board would not endorse the A&R tonight. The applicant would probably have to refile for a special permit with the Board of Appeals, a variance with the Board of Appeals, obtain that variance, record it, and then refile an A&R with the planning board.
Through the chair. But the Board of Appeals wouldn't meet in time. Doesn't this automatically get approved after so many days if we don't endorse it?
If you make a vote that it does not meet A&R requirements, that it would be subject, or it does not meet the requirements to be endorsed as an A&R, then it does not get constructively approved. You're saying it does not meet A&R requirements.
But after so many days, doesn't the town clerk just sign off on it?
No, I think what you're missing here is that they gave a variance of the frontage.
Yeah, they
Right.
would.
And
Yeah.
without that variance, then they gotta go back, and he's gotta have 100-foot frontage and not 93 or whatever. So the whole thing goes to the crapper, over that
Right.
alone.
Yeah, the
It's
21.
already been recorded.
But they
with the
missed their
registry of
deadline.
deeds. So how's that gonna work?
Yeah,
out?
well, that's just more,
They missed their deadline.
Right.
Yeah.
They missed the deadline. You can record it the next day when you get the thing from the ZBA.
But what I'm saying is it's already recorded.
That's no problem. That's not a problem.
So it's gonna be recorded again?
It'll have to go through the whole process
They'll
again.
have to go back and renege the first recording and then go put this, just like we go through on the board for the hearings. We're gonna have to go through the same process again, because it's a paper trail.
That's what I'm
And,
saying, so.
you know, years down the road, nobody's gonna understand what went on. Unless they can follow the paper trail.
See, when you go to register at the courthouse, they don't know anything about this ZBA. All they're doing is registering the land.
I understand that, I just
Right.
wanna know
So-
what the procedure is for the gentleman that's gonna have to go through.
You'd have to start all over
You
again.
have to jump through hoops.
Gonna have to jump through hoops.
I don't know about jumping through
So-
hoops, but it would be a pain in the butt to
Yeah,
start
one's
over.
one-
I
one that's on
agree.
fire.
But
In the end,
how long are you gonna let, you know, you can't just keep letting things go.
Well, that's where
Because,
it's the
I'm
board's-
sorry, let me give you a slap on the hands. You know, it's scant. It's discretionary, yes,
You know,
I know, but
I get what you're
I
saying.
have a heart too, you know?
Yeah.
But I want things done right. That's why I'm here.
I think at this point, he's understanding where we're coming from, thanks to you, Fran.
Thank you.
And he's hoping and crossing his fingers over there that we don't do that to him, I'm sure. So,
What are you gonna do for the next guy that does the same thing by accident? Say, okay?
well, I don't know.
Well,
Hard to say.
that's where you gotta make a decision.
Fortunately, that's why we have a board here. It's every case, each case has got its
Case by
own
case.
story
Yeah.
next to it.
Right, but if you're gonna let one go, you're starting a
get you.
precedent. And
And
that's
I
been
know-
used against this board, precedent.
Well, the way, I just have one more comment. The way it sounds is the zoning board of appeals approval has gone by,
It's junk.
right? It's junk.
Right.
So in me being the chair, I don't have all the say in the world, but the 94 feet, 94.09 feet on each frontage lot would be acceptable by me.
Yeah, but we can't grant that variance.
We can't.
Nope.
So.
Be the board. Yes.
So, Connor, can you help us out with this? Is this thing in writing that he missed his deadline a problem?
To be honest, I'd have to double check. Like I said, state law does provide for 1 year for a variance to be enacted upon. It does look like the Board of Appeals put a provision in that it's only good for 6 months. I was not aware of that.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I would have to double check to see, which, I guess, what rules the day.
I would say that the ZBA's rule is what rules the day over the state. That's why we have a ZBA.
And maybe through the chair, if the applicant is willing, I could, willing to grant an extension of the constructive deadline for an A&R endorsement to the next meeting. I can follow up on that and double check to at least see.
I would like to check into that, to make
Yeah,
sure
I'd
we're
like-
doing the right thing.
Yeah, if he's willing to wait till the next meeting, then it'll save him
Does that
a
work
lot
for
of
you,
time
sir?
and effort.
Well, here's the deal. We vote and it doesn't pass because of that? Or he comes to the next meeting, hopefully you get the answer you need from the state.
Hopefully
That's what I
resolved
said.
when he comes back.
And hopefully it's resolved when you come back. But it is an issue. Because your variance is null and void at this point.
So, Connor, what do we have to do to,
I would suggest a motion to extend the constructive grant deadline for the A&R for 26 Sycamore Street to October 28th, which is a day after the next planning board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
It's when?
a day after the next planning board meeting.
The day after, so we can do it at the next planning board meeting? Okay,
Oh, I see what he's saying, okay.
Second.
I didn't know, I'm saying, wait a minute.
okay. Is that a motion?
I made the
I
motion.
second
It's been
it.
Seconded it.
Okay, I got a
Tony
motion, it's been
seconded.
seconded. Tony?
Yes.
Richie?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's unanimous. We will see you the 27th, the 26th,
27th.
27th? And hopefully this will be all good, okay?
Wish you luck, I mean, but,
That was a good catch, Fran.
well, we need to follow the rules. You know, I think in that case, if we'd have said, okay, we might be out of compliance. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, next is minutes, I believe.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of September 29th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, got a motion, it's been seconded. Fran?
Aye.
Tony?
Yep.
Yes.
Rich?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
And myself, yes. And now I believe we have to work on our schedule
2026 schedule.
for 2026.
Yeah, through the chair, the draft schedule was was in the SharePoint packet for you all for 2026, following the same kind of schedule that we've worked with in the last few years. If there's any questions, let us know, but otherwise we'll move forward with this.
Yeah, through the chair.
Yes, go ahead, Paul.
I think the November 23rd and this December 28th meeting should be canceled. I think they're too close to the holidays.
I agree.
Do we need a
I agree.
motion for that?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. We can make that adjustment and
And what about November 23rd?
That's what I said.
That's what he
Oh,
said,
you
yeah.
said that? I thought you said December, oh, I'm
I
sorry.
did say that one, too.
I thought so, okay.
All right, so I'll make a motion to cancel the November 23rd, 2026 meeting.
Second.
Okay, got one that's been seconded. Fran?
Aye.
Tony?
Yes.
Rich? Paul?
Yep.
Yes.
And myself is yes.
And I'll make a motion to cancel the December 28th, 2026 meeting.
Second.
Okay, Fran?
Aye.
Tony?
Yes.
Rich?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Did we do this last year for Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I believe so.
we did not.
No?
So I think right now there is a meeting scheduled for November 24th and December 22nd or something.
All right. So I'll
Should
make a
we,
motion to cancel the November 24th, 2025 meeting.
Second.
Is that the right date, Connor?
Yes.
Okay, Fran?
Yep.
Tony?
Yes.
Rich?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. And again, that's for this year,
Yes.
Yep.
What was the December date?
22nd?
Let me just double check. Yes, the 22nd.
I'll make a motion to cancel the December 22nd meeting, 2025.
Second.
Okay, Fran?
Aye.
Tony?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Richie?
Yep.
And myself is a yes. That should take care of everything, right?
Bruce?
What about
You got a hand up.
board discussion meeting, not, God, meeting materials?
Yes, we're not done yet. I
Oh,
was just
okay.
talking about the schedule.
Oh, I thought you said that's it.
And I have a hand up on Zoom. Mr. Stearns?
Steve Stearns, Thomas Hill Road. I was going to point out that that agenda item that Fran just mentioned was skipped over.
Yes. Okay, so, this is something we wanted to discuss anyways. Where is it on here? I don't even see it.
Second item.
Other business, number 2.
Business.
Okay, meeting materials discussion.
Can I
So-
say something on timing about this whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't mind. It finally started dawning on me why we were having so much trouble with this. There's, you know, we say Thursday at noon time it has to be in from the developer,
Yeah.
right? They don't work Friday afternoons.
Right.
They're not even here. They're not here Saturday, they're not here Sunday. So if you didn't get it in Thursday afternoon, chances are they're not gonna get it in till Monday.
Right.
Which is the problem.
No, because it
I
doesn't,
don't know.
It won't be
wouldn't talk about it
used.
at the meeting.
What's that?
We wouldn't talk about it at the meeting.
It
It
wouldn't be
wouldn't
included.
be included.
That's
would be
what we
off the-
decided a while
It
back.
wouldn't be so much on the agenda, but it could end up being.
If we got it,
Well,
I'm talking about the
Well,
general
we
public.
might get it on Monday, but it wouldn't
It
be
wouldn't be on the agenda.
on the agenda because the agenda's already out.
Right, but is any of this posted online so that the general public can get it?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's just
You're talking about the agenda, right?
it's not just the agenda, the materials that go.
materials.
If you're gonna have a hearing, and this is where I tripped on this the other day. If you're gonna have a hearing, you should be able to provide the materials for that hearing to the general public prior to the hearing.
Which
Not
would be-
after the fact it gets posted online.
Which would be public hearings.
Which, yeah, there'd be public hearings, but yes.
Yeah. So public hearings are posted, aren't they?
Yes, all materials for a public hearing are posted online.
Right.
Before the meeting?
Yep.
All of them?
Everyone?
Everyone.
Now, internal discussions,
Public hearings.
I know public
wait a
hearing.
minute, yeah, but we start talking about ADU units or something like that and changing the bylaws. That's a public hearing too, right? Wouldn't that be, everything would be on the line? Or would that be something that would be internal?
It's
Yeah.
not, is it,
So I think that's you bring up a good point, because I think that's where some of this discussion came from over the last few months, was when the board was having discussions on developing the ADU and inclusionary zoning bylaws. Those were not public hearings. Those were board discussions as you developed the
Right.
bylaw you want to put forward. So,
board discussions open to the public? So they can come in and,
yeah.
and watch and listen, and if we
Yeah,
choose to
but they
let them
can't-
speak.
If you choose, right.
And I think part of the issue during that process was that we did have some folks present who, there was some public input on those items, and we did not have some of that information online because they were not public hearings. But I think in hindsight, given the length of time that the board discussed those in public meetings, and the fact that the board did take public comment from people who happened to be in attendance, it may have benefited to have more of a more direct or intentional public input session and have stuff available online for folks for those processes. But yeah, to answer your question, those were not public hearings.
So in the future, is there any way of getting this stuff? If we're gonna discuss something on the agenda, is all the materials that's gonna be discussed on the agenda for this night be online? Because I mean, if it was a master, I don't wanna bury you. That's not what I'm trying to do here. It's just, it's not a massive undertaking to, say, transfer a file and, it's done.
Yeah, I think
And I think you can set up an automated process that'll do it for you, but,
Yeah, the process that's been in place since before I was here was, obviously, we put up all materials for public hearings. They go on the website so that the public has the opportunity to view them ahead of a meeting and comment during the public hearing. Other items such as minutes or meeting schedules or A&R plans or surety reductions or whatever, they are not necessarily items that typically take public input. So those might be things that we just send to the board ahead of a meeting for you to act on. But certainly, I think if we were doing another prolonged zoning development item like we did for the ADUs or inclusionary zoning, it might benefit to put those kind of materials online so folks can follow along and participate, especially if you're going to give opportunities for the public to participate ahead of the public hearing like we had tonight.
Well, were these posted?
And I would like to, I'd like to
Thank you.
comment and say something with all of the work that we did with the CMRPC. Some of the return information wasn't getting to us fast enough to put it online, where she was coming in and reading it verbatim for what it said and educating us at that time. We didn't actually have all that information, is that correct? In a timely manner where we would have time to put it online and.
Yeah, there are definitely some things that came up kind of last minute.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I think the problem here is they're just looking for whatever information that we have.
Whatever they can get.
Then they can read it and be educated. You want them educated, you don't want them to be asking 10,000 stupid questions. They can be educated, and then they can turn around, and if they really have a question that bothers them, or they don't like something,
Yeah.
then they can reply. I mean, to me, it just makes everybody's job here easier if the public has this information than to hold it back. And the thing that's holding it back is not, I'm wondering, are we giving him enough time to get it out, seeing as he's only got Thursday afternoon and Friday morning? And Friday morning, he must be kind of busy, because he's not in Friday afternoon or Saturday or whatever, so.
Yeah, it's hard to catch him on a Friday.
He wasn't here Friday, but through the chair, right now, we have, the developers have to have the information in by Thursday at noon
I
time?
think it's Thursday noontime.
Wednesday is when it's supposed to.
So I
Right,
think
can't
just-
we change that to get the information sooner? It
Just-
will help
Well,
us.
I don't know. Would that help, or would that not
Yeah,
count?
through the chair, I know this has come up a number of times, the Thursday at noon. I don't have anything in writing that's a board rule or policy. If you'd like to make that one for applicant material to come in, and have that actually be a written policy, that may help to for us to communicate to applicants.
There's nothing in writing saying, given a deadline?
I've never seen anything in writing. I know.
We went through this with Laurie way back when.
Yes, we did.
And there's
And I-
nothing,
yes,
she
I-
never put anything in writing?
I've never seen it. It could exist somewhere.
Well, we
Maybe it
should
happened
do
a long
then.
time ago, but if
We
you,
should definitely put
Well,
something in writing.
Through
on
the
this.
chair,
Yeah.
does Thursday at noon help you, or should it be Wednesday at noon? We don't have anything set. If Wednesday noon is better, then we
how
should make it.
about close of business Wednesday? Meet you in the middle.
So you
Okay.
can see it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, so do we need a motion for this? or-
And that
I
gives you
think we should do
Thursday
something-
and Friday morning?
I
That
was
gives you
unaware that
Thursday
he
and
didn't have
Friday.
anything to
More
rely
all
on.
day.
Well, we've
Thursday,
talked
yeah.
about it a million times.
Gives you a
I think it
day
was
and
just
a
assumed
day and a
I
half.
thought it was,
That
too.
everybody, I think it was just assumed that everybody knew it had to be in Thursday.
We're trying to give you time
I
to get
agree.
this stuff done and online, and so we can get it sooner.
That way Fran won't pick on you anymore.
I appreciate that.
Why? I like picking on him. What's the matter?
Yeah, that's fine. If
What
you,
did you use the word? Kid.
so-
He seems to
Said that
say
out loud?
If
Yeah,
we make
you
a
said
simple
that out
motion,
loud.
can that be
yeah,
enough?
I think so.
I'd like to make a motion
Yeah. I
Go ahead.
agree.
that, all the materials for for that Monday's hearing have to be in our
By close of
possession
business.
by the close of business day on the Wednesday before.
Close
Does that
of
make
business
sense?
is 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock, yeah.
So all you're picking up is 4 hours.
He says it's only one.
Yeah, but it gives him all morning.
I think,
whole day.
I, I,
Second.
th- I think that's a reasonable amount of time.
I got a motion been seconded. Fran?
No.
Tony?
Yep. Yes.
Rich?
Yeah, no, I
Paul?
think it's,
Yes.
And I'm a
as long as
yes.
he's comfortable, I don't,
Well, I only
Yeah,
said
he's
that
the one that
because
needs to
I
be
would have
comfortable.
liked it sooner, but.
well, yeah,
Because
you
only
can't have it a
you're
week
only
before
knocking
either.
4
It's,
hours off.
Yeah,
You can't have it too soon. We meet every 2 weeks, so.
yeah.
I understand that, but if a developer comes
Developing
here,
in-
if a developer comes here today, and we say we
Sure,
need this,
everybody's aware
this,
of that.
this, and that, he's got 2 weeks.
No, he doesn't, because now
He's
he's
got a
gonna have
week
it
and a
in
half.
Wednesday.
yeah,
before.
that week and a
That's a
half.
week and a half.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of the things we request are not all that easy to do.
That's right.
It
Granted,
sounds easy, but
but
They're not.
when we do request things, such as,
Okay,
What we
Connor,
were
do you
talking
have any, sorry.
I'm sorry, I was
Thought you were
talking about
done.
Rich, I'm sorry, but, well, such as what we were talking about with the maps you gave us.
Yep.
They was supposed to be last week, I believe, and now it's a continuance. Or maybe they were supposed to be
There
tonight.
was today, I think, is
Right.
continued, yeah.
And it was continued, so now
But
that's
They have an
4
awful
weeks.
lot of stuff to figure out, so.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They have a lot of work to do over there.
Okay.
Connor, do we have anything not reasonably anticipated?
I don't have any additional updates.
Okay.
Bruce, could I just mention what I mentioned to you the other day?
Yeah, actually, well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This problem that we're having with this Old Common, what's an Old Common Road or whatever,
Yep.
that development itself, I hate to be the pain that keeps saying no, no, no.
Time out. Should we be talking about this?
Yeah,
Since the
I would-
applicant isn't here?
Yeah, I would say if this is about Old Common Road, I would maybe suggest not having a discussion on this
Right.
until it's on
Yeah.
the agenda next meeting.
Table it.
well, yeah, but the idea is to let the developer know about this before he comes in. How do you do that?
Through the chair, you did give me a couple plans that I will forward to the applicant and let him know that you found some concerns with the recorded plans.
Yeah, that doesn't talk about what I really want to talk about. I want to try to help them develop. I want us as a town
Can we,
to try to work
Yeah,
with the
can we
engineer.
re-title this and have it
When they're
as
here.
a,
Yes. Can't do it when they-
in general, yeah, it's not a good idea. is
Can't do it
No.
when they're
Can't talk
not
about
here.
And Rich, I'd be happy to follow up with you after the meeting to get the concerns to forward to the applicant.
What's that?
I'd be happy to follow up with you after this meeting or tomorrow to collect the
Well, I'm just
concerns.
not
you-
I'm trying to be realistic. I thought I had a win-win for the town because that zoning stuff we passed is, to me, window pane. Doesn't really make a lot of difference. And I thought of a way to make a big difference in the housing stock in the town. That's all.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll
so
make a
that'll
motion to
be
adjourn.
tabled. No.
One last thing.
What, no.
No, it says right here, it says, all business not necessarily.
So just to educate you, Terry, that is for unexpected materials coming in late for the board to discuss. It's not for public speaking. This is a lesson I learned just a week ago.
But then why do we have it in there?
Because it's for him and the board. That's what it's for.
You had a discussion before in September and I wasn't here.
Yeah, well, it's not,
And I wasn't here, and I gave notice I wasn't gonna
That
be here.
reasonably anticipated is not for the public. Okay?
So that there's nothing I can say about that September meeting you had when I wasn't here?
You can have him put it on the agenda if you want to.
And will that be in time to be heard for the town meeting?
Town meeting is already,
That's too late for
there's
that.
nothing we can do there, even tonight.
Just went through stuff here today.
Even tonight, there's nothing we can do. It's all done.
Because we held a spot for that, Terry.
Yeah.
We held a spot for those two items. Today we
And
approved.
if you're referring to
Well, we
the
held the
item
spot.
that involved,
Water. Yeah.
we can't talk about that either because you already did that and we can't talk about it for 2 years.
No, that
That's-
was that was
that's
the
it.
legal
That's-
opinion, but
that's it.
that's not really what it,
Did we
the
adjourn?
truth.
I
I
got
made the
a,
motion.
I got, it was seconded, Fran?
Aye?
Tony?
Yes.
Richie?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
Myself, yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.